Howdy fellas, Frankie Day back again on YouTube. Today on YouTube I have another collection from the builds of my past. This is another paper model I built entirely out of paper. Nothing but paper, folks. This is made in 1/32 scale from plans that I obtained from Palmat's volume aircraft drawings, volume number 3, I believe. Palmat has about 6 volumes, 6 books, considered a volume each book, and this man, in his publications, his aircraft drawings is very astounding. You know, I mean, this man is a draftsman, and all his plans that he done is all detailed. It incorporates formers such as fuselage, bulkheads, wing ribs, spars, everything. He even has details of the engine. It has everything in his drawings. So anyway, I built this 30 years ago, fellas, and and it came from his volume publication, and on that volume right there publication, he has a bunch of most of them are German aircraft, and also he has some French aircraft, along with some Russian aircraft. No USA aircraft or English aircraft that are in there. Mostly just all German and Russia. And some French aircraft as well, such as the lorry bomber that he has. And I built this 30 years ago, fellas. This is a later model of the 109. I think it's a G model. This aircraft belongs to the late great Adolf Galland, and he's flown many Messerschmitt 109s and a lot of 110s and 263s, and this man's flown mostly Messerschmitt. Messerschmitt is actually his airplane of choice that he enjoys flying. And he's flown the Butcher Bird plenty of times too as well. And his favorite has always been the 109. He seems to make the 109 work real well. And the man's a very well-decorated ace. And he's still military-minded. He's deceased now, but I've listened to some YouTube presentations of him that doing some biography. And this man is very alert at his age and very military oriented, and knows the plane as if he's known it yesterday. Okay, going back to the model here, folks. This is made in 1/32 scale, using Palmat's aircraft drawings, volume number 3. And incidentally, folks, any significance out there, this thing is made from a box of cereal. Back 30 years ago, I was really hooked on paper models. I started making them out of paper. Excuse me, fellas. And I always told my missus of the household, and always saved those cereal boxes, cracker boxes, any boxes that has white cardboard in it, as cardstock, save it. And I took a nice pair of scissors and cut them up and make a whole pile of them and use them for my models. So you're looking at a box of Cheerios right here with the wings and the propeller and some undercarriage. The airplane was all done by airbrush, and the iron stars on there was used as a decal sheet. I think it was a Stoffel decal sheet that I had. I guess old decals made back in the 50s and 60s, they don't make no more, folks. So the only decals on this airplane is just the markings and the crosses, and everything else is done by airbrush. When the airplane was completely assembled, I airbrushed a light color, light gray on it, and I'll tell you one thing, folks, you put gray paint on this thing right now, it'll be a shell of a model. It'll look like a vacuum form kit, with no raised paneling lines, no detail, no nothing, so it's all going to be done using a draftsman's pencil and paint. And decals finish up the job. And we'll zoom in here in a few minutes, and we'll waltz through the airplane. So I got more builds coming up, folks. If you all enjoy them, I'll keep posting them. And I know you guys up there seem to be pretty well pleased and enjoy them. And I got a lot of builds coming up. And we got Old Man Winter's blowing in. And he finally made his mark. So we got a lot of snow and a lot of winter out here in Ohio land. It spruces up the model building possibilities. And like I said, I got nothing better to do to enjoy my naval retirement and sit home and just build models and entertain you great fellas. And that's what I enjoy the most. That's one of the fruits of life that I enjoy very immensely. Okay, we'll spin this old crazy old lazy Susan around. I'll tell you one thing, folks. I have more kick out of this lazy Susan than anything in the world. My wife picked this thing up at the Goodwill store. There's a lot of Goodwill stores nationwide. They probably have the same thing in the UK too. That people sell a lot of used, get rid of a lot of used goods for the people that want to buy it. So she paid $1 for this. So that's the best dollar I've ever seen spent in a long time. It makes my model work quite easy, especially presentating my models, and it does its job. And I'm happy. Anyway, going back to the 109, it's a beautiful looking airplane. I'm happy. It makes an excellent collection next to the Plastics Brothers. And you put a plastic 1/32 scale kit up this, you couldn't tell the difference. It's made from plastic or wood, guys. I kid you not. And a lot of you fellas out there are pretty well amazed how paper works. Because years ago, in the United States of America, paper modeling used to be a very popular deal. And since the event of balsa wood and plastic, it's kind of lost its way out of the United States of America, and it found out it's quite favorable in European countries such as Poland and England and Germany. As you can see, the spinner right there, folks, is made from cones. To make round objects like that, you got to make cones and cut a piece of pie out, and to form the cowling, the nose of the prop. The propeller is made from paper, reinforced with toothpicks. The cockpit's made out of packing tape. I made the framework of the cockpit. I cut the framework out, I cut the windows out, and I covered the top side and underside of the canopy with packing tape, and formed the canopy to mate with the fuselage. And as you see right there, as I zoomed in, and here's the paintwork done on it, and tired out of paper, fellas. There's that pesky Navy aviator right there, leaning up against the leading edge of that Messerschmitt. He's like a big ham. He's like me. He's got to get his picture in there somehow. So, anyway, folks, I put that 1/32 scale naval pilot there just to influence the size of the airplane in that scale. As we spin Lady Susan around, you can see the top side of the wing, and also the vertical stabilizer and rudder. And okay, Alex, there's your swastika, buddy. That's one thing I didn't leave uncovered, is a swastika on that tail right there. And I've done that. That was a decal shape. Had a little snake in the bar and the crosses in the one, and all the markings were done from a Gestapo decal sheet. I think that was micro scale decals. They bought up that company and started making decals. And there it is, folks, a box of Cheerios with wings. Landing gears detailed. I cut using cardboard disc, chucked up my mini lathe and turned them. The wheels were colored in using a black Sharpie felt pencil with pop turns. It's got a big 20mm cannon going through that spinner right there, folks. That thing's got a lot of power. It's probably got two 30 caliber machine guns right on top of the cowling up there in front of the cockpit, synchronized with the prop. I believe I got some on the leading edge of the wings too. I think there's two of them on there. And as you swing around, it's shows a great degree of fidelity and detail I put into a paper model. It's a beautiful hobby to get into, is paper. They got a lot of kits out there too, folks out there. Anybody's out there interested in building paper models? It's not that I'm trying to push paper kits here. I'm just trying to show my collections of my years I've had since I can remember. And card kits are very cheap. They're free. You can buy them on the internet like that. You have printer friendly. You can print your pictures out and make your models. Miles and miles and miles and miles and many miles cheaper. And I'll pick her up by the leading edge, trailing edge, put her on the back, and I'll show you the other side, folks. I boxed in the landing gear tube. I cut out the landing gear wells on the other side of the wings. I'll zoom in a little bit here. There we go. That's a good bingo. And I boxed in landing gear wells and made some boxes. I made a landing gear wheel well box for the landing gear to give it a little detail. And this thing is old. I think this thing won first place on a model contest I had out in Dayton, Ohio. They had out by another center, which is an activity center for people to enjoy and shoot the breeze. And they had an IPMS model meet right there. And one judge tried to disqualify me because it's made out of paper. I said, well, I thought this is for everything. And they had a bunch of judges got together and did one big think tank. And I said, well, it's modeling, so what's the difference? It's cellulose. It's made from dead trees. So what the heck? It's plastic. So you got anything plastic on there? The only thing that's plastic that's close enough to it, guys, is a cockpit. It's made out of nothing but doggone packing tape. Packing tape is like a plastic, so it's good enough. Sign them up. So I entered. So I mostly came very close to the entries in the contest. So it entered in and won. One guy said it was plastic. Would pick it up and tell me it's plastic. He said, "Man, this thing is light." I said, "Yeah, it's made out of paper." A lot of people got a kick out of it. It says, shows you what you can do with paper. I'm old school model builder, folks. So you can see I can build one from a turd. And I wouldn't recommend it though, but just if I got the plans, I got the materials, I can build it. And as you can see around the cockpit how detailed it is around there. It's got a full pilot seat, trim wheel. The dial console where the instrument panel is at is very detailed. And too bad it can't be seen because I closed that cockpit up. And there's pesky pilot right there sitting there, leaning up against that wing right there. And debating if I should fly this thing or not. We had a 109 that flew in at Dayton about, I'd say about 7 years ago. And I got inside there one time. I tell you, fellas, it's so darn small in there, it's incredible. I mean, your shoulders actually touch both sides of the cockpit. Flying in a bulky flight suit with a Mae West, an oxygen gear. There he is, and it's very tight and close quarters, and a lot of your peripheral vision is lost when you close that canopy down, folks. Like Adolf Gallendoy says, he quoted, every time he closes the canopy down on a 109, it's like closing the lid of his coffin. These are direct words that I quote these words from him that he used. Okay, fellas, it's that'll be that on this build right here, and I'm glad everybody enjoys my builds of the past, featuring my 109G, made out of the world of paper. Thank God I had a box of Cheerios when I built this plane. And so stay tuned, guys, for my update on my USS George Washington ballistic submarine. And there's a lot of builds going up there, fellas. So stay tuned to Robert Goslin's D-Day build, which is going to start on the 1st of January of 2014. And Steve, he's got his carrier aircraft group build coming up on the 1st of January of the year 2014. And that's going to be some two glorious group builds, guys, neck and neck. There's going to be a lot out there. I can sense it right now. There's going to be anything from prop-driven aircraft to jets. And this D-Day thing is going to be really big. Everything is using D-Day, so all you great guys out there, man, you got any kits that portrayed in D-Day, be prepared, because you'll be building them. So I'm in Robert Goslin's build, and also in Steve's build too. And the only build going on right now, folks, is Mark Speedy's 197's group build 1960 aircraft. And that's shaking it now. I got my F4C Phantom going on, and I'll have that update that probably by tomorrow. Well, fellas, it's time for me to sign off right here, right now. I'll give you the bye-bye sign, and I love all you guys out there, and I'm very happy that you guys enjoy looking at my builds in the past. I'll keep you amused, keep your peepers going, and I appreciate very, very, very much for all your wonderful warm comments you guys have been giving me on my builds and everything I've been doing, and you make me feel mighty at home here. And I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in, and may God bless, and happy modeling, and be safe. It's getting cold, folks. Winter time is setting in, and so build a model and take it easy. Bye, boys.